Have you ever felt bored and didn't know what to play? You're just sitting there scrolling and nothing sounds fun. Don't worry, I got you. In this video, you'll find 15 games to play when you feel bored.
To the truth that awaits me, I will press on.
暗いのは嫌。一人ぼっちは嫌。錯誤。
Silent Hill F is a great pick when you're bored and want something different. Instead of just another casual game, this one puts you in a creepy version of 1960s Japan. The mix of old-school setting with weird horror elements makes it feel fresh, not like every other scary game. The gameplay? You explore creepy areas, solve puzzles, and run into monsters that are both freaky and interesting. It's the kind of game where even small details make you stop and pay attention, so there's no chance to sit there bored. What's cool is how Silent Hill F balances story and gameplay. You're not just fighting, you're uncovering what's really going on in this messed up world. That's why it works so well as a boredom killer. You forget about time and get pulled into something that feels unique and challenging. Ghost of Tsushima is the kind of game that wipes boredom away fast. Set in feudal Japan, you step into the shoes of Jin Sakai, a samurai fighting back against the Mongol invasion. The game doesn't just give you sword fights, it gives you choices. You can fight with honor, or take the stealthy route and strike from the shadows. The world is also a huge part of why it's so fun when you're bored. You ride across open fields, climb mountains, and explore villages, and it never feels empty. The colors, the music, even the wind guiding you make the game feel alive. It's like taking a mini vacation while sitting on your couch. And when you're tired of the main story, there's plenty to do. Side quests, duels, and hidden secrets all over the island. Ghost of Tsushima is one of those games where hours disappear without you noticing, which is exactly what you want when boredom hits.
Sacrifice everything for my home.
Doom: The Dark Ages is perfect when you're bored and just need something loud and intense. Instead of the usual futuristic setting, this one takes you back to a brutal, medieval-inspired world. The cool part is how the combat feels more tactical this time. You're not just running and shooting nonstop. You can block, parry, and smash demons up close, which keeps every battle different. On top of that, the game throws in epic moments, like using giant war machines or riding massive creatures into fights. There's no slow intro. You're thrown into action almost instantly, and it just keeps going. The fights are loud, the enemies are wild, and the mix of medieval style with Doom's usual speed makes it stand out from other shooters. If you're sitting around with nothing to do, this is the kind of game that grabs your attention, gets your blood pumping, and makes hours disappear without you even noticing.
To the truth that awaits me, I will press on.
bored.
What do we do?
The usual. 13 years I've waited for this chance. I won't be dying today. Come to me, Ifrit!
Final Fantasy XVI is a great choice when you're bored and want to lose yourself in something huge. This game gives you a mix of fast action combat and deep storytelling, set in a dark fantasy world full of kingdoms at war. What makes it fun when boredom hits is how much variety it offers. One moment, you're in a massive boss fight against towering creatures. The next, you're exploring towns and talking to people for quest. The icon battles, where you control giant summons in epic clashes, feel like something straight out of an action movie and make the game stand out from most RPGs. The world itself is also a big reason it keeps you hooked. From castles and battlefields to quiet villages, every area feels alive. If you're tired of staring at your screen with nothing to do, Final Fantasy XVI is the kind of game that makes time fly. Between the action, the story, and the massive world, it's one of the best boredom killers you can load up. Resident Evil 7 is the kind of game that wipes out boredom by pulling you into pure survival horror. Unlike the older games in the series, this one switches to first-person view, makes everything feel way more personal. The reason it's perfect when you're bored is how quickly it grabs your attention. The game doesn't waste time. You're sneaking through dark hallways, opening creaky doors. It's tense. But that tension is exactly what keeps your mind busy. You forget you were bored in the first place. It's not just about scares, though. The balance of exploration, combat, and story makes Resident Evil 7 a full experience that grabs your attention and doesn't let go. Resident Evil 7 isn't just a horror game. It's a full experience that keeps you hooked until the end. If you're sitting there with nothing to play, stepping into this haunted house will make time fly. And maybe make you check your own hallway twice before going to bed. Myth Wukong is a great game to play when you're bored and want something bold. You take on the legend of the Monkey King and explore a world full of mythical beasts, vibrant landscapes, and ancient ruins. The action is tight and satisfying. You'll swing weapons, dodge attacks, and unleash powerful moves in battles that feel smooth but challenging. Boss fights especially hit hard. When you finally figure out their patterns, that victory gives a rush. What really makes it a boredom killer is how much there is to do. You'll roam through forests, caves, mountaintops, and meet creatures inspired by Chinese mythology. Every new area introduces something fresh to see or fight. If you're staring at your screen wondering what to play, diving into Myth Wukong will wipe that feeling away.
have few allies.
Good to see you, Cal.
The odds are against us. And they will always be against us.
Now or never!
Seems our destinies are intertwined.
But I can tell you this. If there is any hope of surviving, we must stand against the darkness.
Star Wars Jedi Survivor is the kind of game that saves you from those boring stretches when nothing feels fun to play. You're dropped into Cal Kestis' journey, where lightsaber duels, force powers, and galaxy exploration kick the pace up right away. The combat is a big reason it never feels dull. Switching stances, blocking blasters, and pulling off force combos makes fights feel smooth and satisfying. And when you're not clashing with enemies, the game gives you plenty of puzzles, hidden paths, and side quests that fill the galaxy with things to do. That mix of action and discovery is why this game works so well when boredom creeps in. Whether you're customizing your saber or taking down a tough enemy, Star Wars Jedi Survivor keeps you busy and makes the hours fly by.
What happened to this place?
It was Sephiroth.
It can't be.
He wants to finish what he started and rule over the planet.
You coming?
Way ahead of you!
A weapon?
Tutelary creatures, set only to appear when the planet is in grave danger.
Who dares disturb my slumber?
It's upon us. The reunion. When worlds merge. I'm waiting, Cloud.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is a solid choice when you're staring at an empty evening and wondering what to do. It takes the classic story fans already love and expands it into a huge world full of fresh details, new characters, and twists that keep you curious the whole way through. The combat system makes it even better. Mixing real-time action with strategy, you can slash with your sword, unleash magic, and switch between party members to chain powerful combos. Every fight feels different, and figuring out the best approach keeps you engaged. Outside of battles, the game gives you plenty to do. Exploring towns, talking to NPCs, and uncovering side quests make the world feel alive, while the main story constantly raises the stakes. It's the kind of game that grabs your attention and makes hours pass before you realize it. Hogwarts Legacy is one of those games that turns boredom into pure adventure. Instead of just sitting around, you get to live out the fantasy of being a student at Hogwarts, learning spells, brewing potions, and exploring the castle like you've always imagined. The magic system is what keeps things exciting. Casting different spells, dueling dark wizards, and taming magical creatures all feel rewarding. And when you're not in combat, there's still plenty to do. Exploring hidden rooms in the castle, flying across open fields on a broom, or uncovering secrets tucked away in dungeons. That mix of freedom and discovery makes Hogwarts Legacy perfect when you've got nothing else going on. Whether you're chasing the main story or just messing around with side quests, the game gives you that just one more thing to do feeling that keeps you hooked for hours.
I'm afraid you're on your own. I've ensured that we have a moment to ourselves.
This city is falling apart. Chaos, madness, death. And there might be no going back. But you can change that. It depends on the choice you make. Truth or lie.
I might be asking too much of you. But I don't have a choice. Only you can do this. Please, help me.
Lies of P is a game that wipes out boredom by giving you a dark twist on the Pinocchio story. Instead of a simple fairy tale, you're thrown into a gothic city full of deadly puppets and tough enemies, with combat that feels sharp and demanding from the very start. The gameplay is where it shines. Every fight pushes you to time your dodges, parries, and attacks just right, making each victory feel earned. You can also customize your weapons and playstyle, so experimenting with builds keeps things fresh even after hours of play. Exploring the city adds another layer. Between the eerie streets, hidden shortcuts, and creepy bosses, there's always something new around the corner. Lies of P is the kind of game where a quick session easily turns into a long night, and that's exactly what makes it a perfect boredom killer. Demon's Souls is the game you play when boredom feels heavy, and you need something that really tests you. This remake doesn't just look amazing with its next-gen graphics, it pulls you into a tough world where every fight matters. The combat is all about timing and patience. You can't just rush in. You have to read enemies, block, and strike at the right moment. Beating a boss after failing a few times feels so rewarding, and that's what keeps you coming back instead of zoning out. On top of that, the world itself makes exploring fun. From creepy castles to strange dungeons, every area has its own vibe and secrets to uncover. Demon's Souls is the kind of game that grabs your full focus, making you forget you were even bored in the first place.
This language, parts of it look like cuneiform. We have to find this treasury, Gina. Maybe there's some clues in here.
There are spies and traitors everywhere. This is not the time to let your prying eyes wander.
Legend says that the Great Circle does have some power. Something about its geometry. A deeper force that connects these sites.
This is far beyond your understanding. You don't know its power. I am the one unlocking its truth. Indiana Jones. I have missed our conversations.
That makes one of us. Where's my hat?
He's here. Hello, little darling.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is a cool pick when you're tired of scrolling and want something with real adventure. You step into Indy's boots in 1937, traveling all over the world, from Vatican City to the Himalayas, to uncover mysteries tied to ancient sites that together form a great circle. The mix of gameplay styles keeps you sharp. It's mostly first person, so you feel like you are Indiana Jones. But it switches to third person when you're doing things like climbing or interacting with objects. You'll sneak past guards, solve puzzles. Combat and stealth both have their place, so you can choose how you want to tackle obstacles. What makes it great when you're in that mood of there's nothing to do is how much freedom it gives you. It doesn't force you down one path. You can explore, backtrack, or just follow your curiosity. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle can turn a quiet evening into an expedition you won't forget.
Don't you want to be reunited with the people you lost? Our homecoming will be truly divine.
still a way out for us. But we don't have much time.
Dead Space Remake is the kind of game that takes a boring night and flips it into pure tension. You play as Isaac Clarke, an engineer trapped on a massive mining ship filled with terrifying creatures called necromorphs. The gameplay keeps your focus sharp. Instead of just shooting, you have to strategically cut off enemy limbs to survive, and with limited ammo, every bullet counts. The mix of combat, exploration, and resource management makes you think carefully about every move, which leaves no room for boredom to creep back in. What really makes it stand out is the atmosphere. The ship is dark, claustrophobic, and full of surprises, so you're always on edge. Dead Space Remake isn't just scary, it's engaging in a way that eats up hours without you noticing. If you're looking for a game that breaks the dull routine, this one nails it.
The bar is closed, but I don't think anyone will ask us to leave. Come, join me.
What is all this?
Magnificent. Don't you think?
Our work is to save them, not admire them.
People listened to music once and told each other stories. Unfortunately, the whole thing was not preserved.
Don't shoot!
This is how I do my own part in saving them.
Chronos The New Dawn is one of those games you turn to when nothing else seems interesting. You're dropped into a mysterious, ancient land full of danger and secrets, and every step forward feels meaningful. Combat is methodical and careful. You'll time your strikes, dodge attacks, and manage your stamina. It's not about button mashing, it's about thinking, adapting, and making every move count. When you get past a tough enemy, it feels satisfying in a way that keeps you going. Exploring the world adds more depth. You'll uncover hidden passages, discover lore about the land, and revisit areas with new abilities. Chronos The New Dawn is the kind of game where you plan to play a little bit, but before you know it, the sun's up, and you've been hooked the whole time. Resident Evil 4 Remake is a legendary horror game that's perfect to play when you need something exciting. You play as Leon Kennedy, sent to rescue the president's daughter. And right from the first village fight, the game grabs your full attention. The remake makes everything sharper, better graphics, smoother controls, and combat that feels modern but still true to the classic. The gameplay is simple to get into but always keeps you on edge. You have to watch your ammo, stay on the move, and deal with enemies that don't just charge straight at you. Every fight feels intense, and that balance of action and strategy keeps the game fun the whole way through. From creepy villages to huge castles, every area feels different and packed with surprises. Resident Evil 4 Remake isn't just scary. It's fun, addictive, and one of those legendary games that makes time fly before you know it.
When you need only accept the sacred gift.
Christ!
Like she did.
Temperance, child.
Long time no see.
Major Krauser? Why?
You can't save her. You can't save anyone.
What's gonna happen to me?
We gotta keep moving forward. We will beat this. Together.
Thanks.
Then come, Sancho Panza. Let us rescue the Princess Dulcinea.
You gotta hurt yourself.